Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Advanced Level Test Management Certifications. We are in Chapter 1 talking about managing the test activities and continuing still with 1.2, that is the context of testing. And as a part of it, today we shall be getting into 1.2.4 and talking about the test management activities in various SDLC models. And here we are mainly trying to help test managers understand that how exactly to align our test activities to that of or how exactly the test management that can happen in different SDLC models. In order to get started, of course, we want to just set up the context here that what this topic is trying to talk about. In order to have a best test management or to properly align our test activities to that of SDLC model, there's only one secret to it, and that is understand the SDLC model. The better we understand what practices we have, what processes we have, what major phases we have, how exactly the entire SDLC model is being designed, we will be able to assign and align our activities respectively to those of the development activities. And indeed, the development activity does not mean here that it is only related to writing a code or implementation. We are also referring to all the other development activities like gathering requirements, designing the implementation of the architecture, and several other things which do happen. So indeed, a test manager, the better they understand the SDLC model, the better they will be able to perform the required test management throughout the lifecycle. And in the same context, we are trying to understand a little deeper with to be specific that how it can be done in two different SDLC model comparatively, that is sequential and iterative model. So to get started, of course, a quick summary to that is to properly align testing within the SDLC models, a test manager must understand the various SDLC models used in their organization and also utilize that knowledge to properly align test activities with that of the development activities. The table below here will show the comparison between the various test management activities based on different SDLC model. So right here, we're just comparing two examples, that is sequential development model in context, taking the example as V model, and on the other hand, comparing it with iterative development model, considering Scrum as an example. So when it comes to estimation, of course, the early detailed estimation for each test level happens here because in traditional development model, we look forward to do estimations much early in the life cycle. However, when it comes to iterative development models, sprint planning takes place as an activity and it should be done as a part of story planning in every single sprint. However, if you remember from the foundation, we already told you that we do have planning in the iterative models in two different phases. That is, one we do release planning and another one we do is sprint planning. So release planning will be more for the entire release altogether. So set of activities which will be performed as a part of scope of release. Whereas again, at a detailed level, it will happen for the particular set of stories which we are picking up in a particular sprint. So it's not that it is only going to happen once in the lifetime. That is just a sprint planning. But indeed, the detailed estimations still take place at the story level, which is during the sprint planning. So let's move on to the next one here. The next item is what kind of test wares we are talking about in these SDLC model. So certainly for V model, we have includes strategy, plan, cases, schedule, and reports. However, in one simple word, sequential development model supports detailed documentation. But on the other hand, the iterative models look forward to have lightweight documentation. Thus, it says that focuses on acceptance criteria and definition of done, and altogether minimal documentation. Whereas when it comes to the roles, the test manager oversees decisions and team management as a part of the sequential development model. Whereas for iterative development model, roles are integrated. Facilitator or coach replaces traditional test manager. But however, from the real-time point of view, the facilitators and coaches, which are more of like Scrum Masters, will be a process guy. They will be controlling the process, getting the work done, but may not be technical enough to help you understand defining the test strategy, test approaches, or what should happen at what point of time. So however, we still say that a test manager may be required outside the team to get consulted with if the team needs any help, or otherwise, following the protocols of agile methodology, we say that the team takes the ownership on defining the set of activities to be performed. So either way, one is feasible, but do not expect your Scrum Masters to become your test manager. Further to add here, when it comes to the tools part, Of course, the tools predominantly test management tools suited for phase-based testing should be applied. And when it comes to iterative, it is tools for CI/CD and automations are central, supporting continuous testing. So the blend of tools are also different. We look forward to have independent tools as a part of the sequential development models, whereas in iterative, we look forward to have maximum automation. And we also look forward to have integrated pipelines where all the tools are connected to each other and we try to achieve continuous integration and continuous deployment. Further to add here, of course, we do have testing approaches. So when it comes to sequential, scheduled in advance, corresponding to various project phases. But when it comes to iterative, embedded within iterations with a focus on adaptability and feedback. So we understand that when it comes to Scrum or iterative development models, we look forward to understand how we are making the system, what the customers are looking at it as, and what improvements we shall make here to make it better. But sequential generally look forward to build the product. However, there's no interactions with the business representatives quite often, and that's how things will be slightly different when comparing both of them. So let's add furthermore. Of course, the list is not yet over. And the next thing is highlighting on the test automation. Indeed, for the sequential, implemented strategically can occur at various stages, whereas iterative development model, it is built in from the inception with emphasis on the automated regression in CI/CD. And that's what we just discussed a moment back. So this point is quite self-explanatory after our explanation from the previous point. The next one here is to talk about the monitoring and reporting. Of course, in sequential, milestone-based reporting happens with optional automated dashboards. However, on the iterative, continuous reporting with real-time dashboards and daily status update, which is happening with the team in terms of having a call every single day to have a very concrete reporting. But again, the reporting methods may also be varying. When we talk about sequential, we may look forward to have a little more formal documented reports on major milestones. But however, in Agile, we look forward to have casual, high-level, verbal reporting on daily basis. So I can easily relate this to daily calls. Daily calls are not documented. I may have just people coming up and sharing their status update. I can look forward to task board to understand how the work is progressing throughout the day. And maybe at the end of sprint, I can talk a little formality of the reports. But in sequential, it will be more detailed and well documented because it does not happen every single day. And we prefer having formal reports to document them. And finally, to add here, of course, the matrices which we consider. For sequential, we focuses on the traditional test matrices and defect management, includes different other things like test execution rate, defect rate, risk coverage, at any point of time, what are the statistics of that? So be it about the coverage, be it about the defect, be it about the test, be it about the risk, everything will be traditionally monitored. But when it comes to the iterative models, of course, includes agile matrices for the iteration tracking, in addition to traditional matrices. Like we may talk about the burn down charts, team velocities, control flow diagrams, and many other standard reports which we have from the Agile. So put together, we just wanted to consolidate and help you understand that how exactly the test management varies from one SDLC model to another one. Given that we understand how these models are different from each other, we'll be able to organize our test activities better. So that's all from this particular tutorial, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.